Let us see few more true false in the series of ICSE computer application examination. Java break statement is used to break the loop or switch statement. Means break we can use at the time when we have a loop or a switch statement. Let us see whether this is true or false. This is true. It breaks the current flow of the program. Means it stops the execution of the program. Let's see the next one. The break, it breaks the inner loop only if the break statement is using inside the inner loop. Means in case if there's a concept of a nested loop and break is used inside the nested loop, then it will going to break the inner loop and the outer loop will remain intact. The answer is true in this case. Let's see the next one. Continue statement used in loop control structures when you need to jump to the next iteration of the loop immediately. So the answer is correct because continue will going to skip the statements written ahead. Let's see the next one. Both statements are true with reference to Java comment. We have to find whether both are true or not. Comments are used to make the program more readable. It makes easy to maintain the code and to find the errors. Both the options were correct. So the answer turns to be true. Let's see the next one. There are three types of Java comment. Yes, we have three types of Java comment, but we must also see the name of the comment what are given there. We have single line, multi-line, multiple line. I won't think so. The students, those who are preparing or those who are prepared properly, they have heard any word like multiple line in Java. So the answer turned to be false. Let's see question number 16 in the same row. If we have to perform only one operation having the same name of the method, it increases the readability of the program. So the answer is true. If we have to perform only one operation having the same name of a method, what? That is the concept of, yes, multiple functions in the same program. That is overloading. Let's see the next question now. Two ways to overload the method in Java are changing the count of argument, changing the number of argument, changing the data type of the argument. So the both statements with reference to function overloading were true. Let's see the next one. In Java, method overloading is not possible by changing the return type of the method only because of ambiguity. Ambiguity is basically the state of confusion. The state of confusion says that the return type should not be considered while making the program for overloading. So the statement turns to be true once again. One type is promoted to another type implicitly if matching data type is found. Means that the type of int can be easily fit into the type of float value. Let's see the answer. The one type promoted to another type should be implicitly, and this particular kind of statement goes for the explicit type of conversion. Let's see the next one. Number 20. That is the last question in the same series. We have a program called as adder. Adder is a static function having 2 arguments and having 3 arguments respectively. Another class which is having main, we might have something like in a single class also. That thing is also very much possible. So kindly do not get confused that how can we have 2 classes in one program. This is also possible, and one class having more than one method of the same name with different argument, that is also very much possible. So over here, these return functions are being called within SOP statements, and that too without any object, because both the things are static. The add function is static and the main is also but obvious static. So as per the code, the options of calling the function in another class was the correct syntax. So that was true part. So all the best for the preparation. The exams are nearby. Wait for the next set of questions in the next video. Keep watching.